These common starlings really are beautiful birds now when we see them in their winter plumage. Notice those gorgeous glossy blue, green, and purple feathers tipped in gold. The common starling, by the way, of course, is not a native songbird here in the United States. They were originally brought here from Europe. I guess the year was 1890 and released in Central Park in New York City. And since then, they've expanded across the country. They're quite aggressive, and they will sometimes take over nesting sites. They're a cavity nesting bird, so they'll take over the possible nesting homes of birds like the bluebird and purple martin. So in that case, you know, they can do some damage to our native bird populations. And when they get together in really big flocks, they can sometimes eat quite a bit of grain in crop fields and things. But for the most part, when we see them out in the countryside now in the wintertime, especially when they're feasting on crab apples like this, it's a quite delightful sight to see. These two hooded merganser males are a magnificent sight to see right here, as they are kind of wooing a female. The female hooded merganser is in the lead right here. She's the rather drab brown bird, and the two males there, you can kind of see they've got their hoods up in, you might say, full display mode right there, as they try to get her attention and be the one that goes on a date. These hooded mergansers will not be nesting here anytime in the near future, but they do nest right here in Winneshiek County, a place called Cardinal Marsh. In the summertime, they'll either find a high hollow tree, or there are some wood duck houses there. And if there's not a wood duck pair living inside of one of them, the hooded merganser female will move right in, and that's where she'll raise her babies. So anyway, now in the wintertime, the hooded mergansers fly south, maybe as far all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. But we'll see them returning here again about the middle of March in 2021. Now that Thanksgiving Day is about here, and many of us will be feasting on a plump turkey for dinner, I thought it'd be kind of neat to talk a little bit about the fight between the bald eagle and the wild turkey to become our national bird. In fact, that story of the controversy is fictitious, but the bald eagle, there was never any doubt that that would be our national symbol. But after the fact, Benjamin Franklin did lament that the bald eagle was a bird of bad moral character, and the wild turkey was much more courageous and would have been a better choice. That said, in Benjamin Franklin's day, there were about 100,000 pairs of bald eagles nesting here in the lower 48 states. By the early 1960s, the number of nesting pairs had shrunk to only 400 nesting pairs. And and believe it or not, up until 1940, people could hunt bald eagles here in the country, and the state of Alaska even had a bounty on them. If you killed one and brought it in, you get paid. But in 1978, the bald eagle was put on the endangered species list because they were on the verge of extinction. With that added protection, they've now made a dramatic comeback. They were taken off the endangered species list in 2007, and their numbers continue to recover, and today there's about 15,000 nesting pairs of bald eagles here in the lower 48 states. So if you go for a drive after your Thanksgiving dinner, you may just see a bald eagle out in the countryside here in the driftless region.